Hello and welcome to Jade Empire Special Edition, and this will be part 7. Last we left off, we are on our way to Tien's landing and we never managed to get there, but we should get there this time around. So let us head towards Tien's landing. I do like to make sure to map everything, as I've said about 100 times I think. Just making sure that was Tien's landing even. Too curious, I need to go the other way first. Oh, I've been here already. There's nothing here. Okay, never mind. We shall go to Tien's landing.
Ah, you found your way. Good. I decided there wasn't much point in staying with the flyer. It's not going to get much worse in my opinion. Here, I salvaged this gem out of some sort of power source. I imagine you will have some use for it. Now that we're here, we should see if anyone knows anything about flyers. Maybe whoever is in charge of the town can help us get underway again. I will stay here at this new camp unless you need me. It seems like a good enough place to base ourselves out of.
And we are now officially at Tien's landing, so let's see what that gem is. A good fortune. Intuition +5, mind and spirit +1. Definitely. Seems like something we would want to use. So, you got anything to say about this area?
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help.
I'm interested in how you are, Dawnstar. Is there anything bothering you, except for the obvious?
No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind. Although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li.
Goodbye for now.
Be well, my friend.
You as well. Good chest. 100 silver. Not bad. You can go back to the camp and speak to people if you can find it.
I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known. And now, they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
She's right, Sue. More killing won't bring our friends back.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
As I was saying before, you can go to the camp and speak to people for updates of the plot. I'm fairly sure.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help.
See if there's any change in this.
No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind.
Okay.
Be well, my friend.
Let's speak to Sagacious Sue.
Yes? Is there something you want?
I have questions about you and the Lotus Assassins.
I can assure you that I no longer share an allegiance with them. It was a short dalliance that ended on poor terms.
Why did you leave them?
I won't discuss that. Perhaps I will say more when I know your motives better, but for now my past is my own.
Then I will not press the matter for now.
I'm not concealing anything that will harm you or your cause. You and Dawnstar have my full support. but my past is my own affair.
What do you think about our current situation?
I won't get in your way if you don't get in mine. I have nothing more to say about where we are.
Questions about our enemy.
Our enemy? The sure sign of an effective fighter is that he has many enemies. Which are you most curious about?
Tell me about Gallo the Greater.
A small man. He bears a grudge against the world because his wealth cannot buy him the status he wants. At least that is my estimation of him. If we encounter him in his holdings near Tien's Landing, I doubt he will be very welcoming. Not after he learns the fate of his son.
I want to know about the Emperor.
You name the Emperor among your personal foils. You have a grand opinion of yourself. Don't be so quick to link Sun High to the destruction you have seen. Death's hand may still answer to him, but it is a long leap from that to assuming the Emperor approves of what the Lotus Assassins have done.
It seems to me that either he approves or he has lost power.
Both of those possibilities will be hard for people to swallow. The Emperor is the Emperor. He is above weakness or viciousness. To question that is to question the nature of the Jade Empire, and not many people are willing to do that.
Why not?
The Emperor is the foundation upon which we build. If he is weakened, we all fall.
Tell me about Death's Hand and the Lotus Assassins.
There is little to tell that would affect you now. The Assassins are fanatically loyal to Death's Hand, and he uses that influence to do as he wishes. He also controls the Imperial Army, but they are no longer in his favor, it seems. Mere guards in comparison to the Assassins. Death's Hand was just beginning his rise to power when I left the Lotus Assassins. I do not know much more about him.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye then.
So, the talking bit for this section has been completed. So, see if we can get into the town itself. It is a bit convoluted around here. To move. Map, please. So, we've got a seamstress Lan, we've got Hui the Brave, we've got Merchant Zhong, Minister Shang, Old Masters, Scholar Six Heavens, Beggar Spear. Yeah, well, we have a bit of everything. Okay. So, let us head onward and see what we can find. Always check for treasure. Even if it means grave robbery.
Nara earphone wonu kanawa ofa ear kanawa wonu.
Stranger, forgive me for being so forward, but if you are wise, you will turn around and leave this cursed and miserable town.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Akwak wo so sonia sono fonia sisaya nawakok.
Hush, daughter. You must treat strangers with respect. Once we are outside of town, we must be very careful with everyone we meet. Who are you?
Uksair wak unanikiro. Nana wo nafak sono.
I am Yifeng, a simple villager. I have lived all my life here in Tien's Landing, but now I must take my daughter and venture out in the wilderness.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Koni okioe kawaye wo kawaye watita osia kwanif nipawiya.
Though impulsive, my daughter Fuyao speaks truly. The great dam downriver has opened. The river is too low and treacherous for anyone to navigate. We are cut off from the Empire.
Pier uxayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko suir toerok.
The people are starving and pirates terrorize the town. Our leader, Minister Sheng, seems powerless to do anything, so we choose to try our luck in the wilderness. Don't leave, perhaps I can save the town.
Ukir neko sisayer wosayer nifuyer.
A noble sentiment, but one I respectfully fear will do little to help us.
Sisayer ifok woso no koso ayer ya. Sayer kanoa faranuer.
You don't know the whole story. Minister Sheng would probably pay someone to close the dam, but no one is brave enough to make the journey. There are dark things up there.
Uyower apafawayer sisier sisi to talk. Warrior walk finir seer.
Some claim it is ghosts trying to torment us. Some think it is pirates. I don't know. All I know is that there seems to be no way to get the great dam closed again. Do you think things will be any better if you leave town?
Wo tawa yer kupir kawier nakawier ipduki.
I have heard of the dangers, wild animals and worse, men. Pirates and slavers who swoop down in their flyers on unwary travelers.
Those pirates must be Gao the Greater's men. We know that he has holdings near here, and he has flyers.
Pier uxayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno ko suir toerok.
I have never heard of Gao the Greater, but pirates have terrorized this region for many weeks. Anyone wandering the wilderness knows the risk of being caught by those slavers.
Sisayer ifok woso no koso ayer ya. Sayer kanoa faranuer.
Some believe there are even worse things in the wilderness, ghosts that torment the living. Still, it is better than sitting in Tien's landing waiting to die. Why did the Great Dam open?
Pawoyer astier wo sayer is the sayer wa kawier sheer.
I don't know. Minister Sheng doesn't know. Nobody knows, but the town is dying and I would rather try my luck out in the wilderness than stay here. If the dam is open, why is the river so low?
Wo tawa yer kupir kawier nakawier ipduki.
The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, the water backed up and drained very slowly, causing the level of the river to rise.
Wo nipi uxayer sisini nisayer busta. Wo ifuer uxunuk no kawayer.
Now that it is open, the water is flowing too fast and low where it flows at all. Most ships cannot weather it. The town is cut off. That is why we are leaving. Can you tell me about the pirates?
Ukir neko sise sayer wosayer nifuyer.
I haven't seen any myself, but they are there. I have friends who have seen them and others have disappeared. It is more than mere rumors.
Noni wo sayer tar wo wir ignisaro kunkna.
That is why I have chosen to take Fuyao to the wilderness. At least there we will have a fighting chance. Where is Fuyao's father?
Noni wo sayer tar wo wir ignisaro kunkna.
Life in a small town on the edge of the empire can be hard, and many people die untimely deaths. What more needs to be said on the subject?
Uyower apafawayer sisi to talk. Warrior walk finir seer.
The survivors must carry on as best they can. Now Fuyao and I should be on our way. If we must brave the wilderness, I would rather do it with the sun still in the sky. I will let you be on your way.
Koni okiower kawayer wo kawayer watita osia kwanif nipawier.
Farewell, honored traveler. If you must enter Tien's landing, speak with Minister Sheng in the town square, but a better plan would be to get away while you can. Well, that's a nice welcoming, I suppose.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you.
Leave her alone or you'll answer to me.
Time to teach you all a lesson.
Thousand cuts!
Undoubtedly.
I was back at the camp when I heard the sounds of battle. I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too... Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui.
Child? What child?
Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her.
Who was this child?
She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she would find a good home for her.
Where is this child now?
She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years ago.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zhu mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young woman, what is your master's name?
I trained under Master Li of Two Rivers.
I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready.
Master Li told me who he was because I am his student. How do you know?
I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The water dragon? The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
Such a crime against order would not go unnoticed.
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the Emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price.
How could the Emperor kill a god?
The water dragon's power was tied to her temple at Dirge, and the strength of her servants. When the spirit monks were slain and Dirge fell, she became vulnerable. Her physical form could be injured, but she was also a god. Maybe her spirit still exists. I don't know. I'm no expert on the heavens.
What do you know about the Great Wheel or the celestial bureaucracy?
The Great Wheel is a way to envision the cycle of rebirth. I believe that when something dies, it is reborn as something else, after some form of assessment, of course. The celestial bureaucracy is said to govern the heavens. Just as cities have minor officials, existence is delegated across many entities, some more grand than others. Or so some choose to believe. It is probably better explained by a philosopher. I know as much as any person that has seen their share of death.
The Emperor... blah. The Emperor destroyed my people to take the water dragon's power?
Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed? Murdered? The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
Why did Master Li do this? What's so special about me?
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust we, so I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. I'll be back at the camp if you need me.
Zhu is an honorable man. Not a good man, perhaps, but an honorable one. Now to your training. A brief description will reinforce in your mind the style you saw me use.
I'm always ready to learn.
Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in Spirit Thief. Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to fight or ignore wounds. It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more. This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house. We will talk of your master and more.
Style gained, Spirit Thief. Indeed. A new combat style. Here we are. Sorry. Information. Unique style drains chi from enemies. Does direct damage in chi strike mode. Spirit Thief's power attack inflicts damage but does not drain chi in chi strike mode. Those most adept at manipulating chi find that even the spiritual energy of others is within their grasp. The strikes and forms of the Spirit Thief style enables practitioners to tap an enemy's vital energies and refill their own reserves. While the techniques of this style do no physical damage to its victims without being charged with the user's chi, those who face the Spirit Thief master find themselves without the resolve to put their hearts into the fight. I will revamp that, I think. It is good to have. Let's just put that on 5, it's fine. It is very nice to have the ability to drain chi when you are in certain fights, but this was a lot of exposition. There was a lot of exposition in this episode, but that's the thing about role-playing games. Sometimes there's a lot of storytelling and plot revealing and things like that, and you can start adding 2 and 2 together about who that child that was rescued might be. I'll give a hint, it's not the main character, so who else could it be? Anyway, as for now, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time. Bye bye.